Welcome back to Momentous Struggle, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. This week, we have a wild episode for you with a certain person from a different show. So we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. This week, we have a wild Omnus that has appeared. Omnus, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I am excited to be back on Momentous Struggle. A little less wild since moving on to Rarely Reserved. I don't know what my description would be now, but I am fucking excited to podcast with both of you boys at the same time.
Yeah, this is the last time you've been on 3 times. This will be your 3rd time, and you finally got the trifecta. The third time was the charm to get all 3 of us together. So that's pretty awesome. And of course, Aubrey's here. How you doing, Aubrey?
I'm trying to figure out if you are the formerly roguish, rarely reserved Omnus. Is this our new title for you?
Yeah, I mean, just less supportive, No,
more reserved, less supporting.
Less reserved, less supportive. Something like that. I will say, Sin, my new co-host, wanted me to relay that she is super jealous that I get to record with Aubrey because he seems super fun to talk to.
Sin's great. Go listen to them.
She said that jealousy is a sin, so this makes sense.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's super excited.
Todd's
so
you don't have to follow it.
No, not at all. But yeah, so I guess we can just kind of jump into like what we've been up to. I'm gonna say I'm sure you've been playing some games and stuff like that. How's life in the Pacific Northwest for Shatterpoint treating you?
Very good, very good. Most of my games, I'm gonna have at least 3 games scheduled for the weekend, but I haven't gotten to those yet. So I haven't played a game of Shatterpoint since I cast it on Monday, and we're recording now. But I will tell you guys about some hobby drama that I had last night. So nice. As I was moving my recording area for reasons that are not important, I knocked over my tray of all of my favorite models, and it fell 4 feet. And so I had a mild panic attack, but in the end, it was actually extremely mild. I had to reattach a bunch of stuff to bases. Rex's head came off, but like it just popped off. Like didn't even break the little like antenna thing, so that just glued right back on. There was a couple of like semi overly bent lightsabers, but just reinforced them with dimensional magic, and those were fine. Probably the biggest like reattachments was my Covert Mando that's on the jetpack and the smoke, they broke off. So that was kind of a little bit of glue it back on to get it like sturdy. Then I put some dimensional magic on it to like kind of create hard acrylic at some of those points. And then of course, fucking Han broke off of his base again. This is like the 3rd time. And so I just keep adding more and more contact for that boy's foot. But probably the hardest part is one of my 2/12 legs like flew away. And so I went on like a 15-20 minute mission looking for this goddamn leg. But I feel super lucky. Even like one of my Pirate's guns, because that's a very slim barrel. It just kind of bent a little, so I just had to reinforce it. But it didn't seem like there was any serious breaks, so I feel like it was a big warning. Like, bro, do not put trays of models on the edges of tables.
Aubrey knows about this, I think.
Yeah. So yes, I've had a little bit of hobby drama, but I'm super excited. I just painted Ahsoka 1. I finally wanted to do her in my Sith public, and as I was about to put her together, I saw that I have a pair of Asajj Ventress arms. I was like, these look like they're the exact same scale as her arms. And so yeah, so my new Sith public Ahsoka has Ahsoka's or has Asajj's arms, and I think that's just dope and cool. So
yeah, very cool.
It's been a pretty hobby last few days for me.
Nice. How about you, Aubrey? Anything exciting hobby or Shatterpoint wise going on?
I mean, I'm kind of boring because mine is a hobby thing too. I went through and this is like Damio Matt is going to be the only one who can appreciate this, because I updated our spreadsheet of terrain and inventoried all of my like 3/4 of the way done table. Like I have a research colony table and an outer rim outpost table and like a bunch of projects I've been kind of working on, but they're not quite ready. And so I went through and I planned out, like I have a whole list of exactly what I need to print out for like by the time I'm done, we're gonna have like another 12 tables ready, Todd, for you to work your magic on, because I mean I need to run the 3D printer to death, but and apparently I need to work on the 3D printer. The fiance let me know with her magical sense, her force sensitivity to sounds. She's like, you need to maintain the printer, and I'm like, oh, okay, because she could hear it grinding a little as it's moving. I'm like, okay. So I'm sorry, I don't have any games or anything. I tried to get a game in and it kind of fell through, so that didn't happen. So I mostly have just been doing that, and I've been on a painting frenzy. Like I am back on the painting horse, because ADHD baby. I have a tendency to like, I'll paint and paint and paint and paint, and then not paint for 3 months, and then paint and paint and paint and paint, and that's just the cycle I go through. So I'm back on that. Faces are getting slightly less scary. I'll take it.
Aubrey, I will tell you, I respect the nerd organization. I like a month ago, I went and like sleeved all of the promo cards I have for giving out in events. That kind of stuff, just the nerd organization, is a high that I just don't think most people understand. Like organizing my tokens, like getting the terrain into a new, more organized spot, all that stuff. Like, Todd, are you with us on the nerd organization?
Yeah. I mean, I think like especially like coming from like the Magic side, where it was like having your Magic cards always organized in a certain specific way. I think there's just like that OCD of it kind of carries over, and it's like so much easier in a miniatures game because like it's like tokens. You just get a nice little case, and you can organize your tokens in the different cases that you want and stuff like that. So totally right there with you for sure.
Hey, I mean I have my order cards. My order cards and my stance cards and the ability cards, like all of those are in alphabetical order. I'm sorry, librarian over here, and I will even say, okay, he's not here. My oldest helped me, and eventually I'm gonna have to fix it because he put the stance card in front of the order card, but I know the characters because he didn't know the characters, and that's how he had to like figure out the alphabetical. And I'm like, no. Eventually I'm gonna have to switch it because I know all the characters' names. Like and it bugs me because I'm like, what character is all right? Let me just look at the order card. Who is this? But yeah, they're all organized.
I recently went through and organized all of my characters onto my extra A case trays, and so they're kind of organized by tags. So there's like a tray that's all of the Republic that are not currently in my to-go case. Then there's like Mandos, Scoundrels, and then there's like the Separatists and the Empire, and so they're all like organized in sections. And I feel good about it, but I need to improve that a little bit. I need something that fits more perfectly on my shelf would be the thing. But
I store everything in those what are they called? They're like these plastic boxes though, and like they have magnetic sheets on the bottom of them, and so they can just stick in there. And I have 3 of them right now. One box is just Rebels and Seps, or Rebels and Republic. One is Seps and Empire, then the other one is Scoundrels, and that's like how I have all 3 of my boxes. But I'm getting to the point now where I've almost run out of space in the Empire and Separatist box. So I know when I finish my Krennic box, I'm gonna have to get another one, probably to put the Separatists in there, and so it's just like just getting too much, not enough space.
I only have like 8 units or so left to paint, and I will be fully painted for Shatterpoint minus Ewoks because I'm not fucking assembling or painting Ewoks until Jin comes out. I'm really close. Like I'm pretty damn close.
Nice.
I still have models from the first like wave that have not been like Padme box just primed. Bad Batch just primed. Like
Well, I mean,
they
I haven't
just
assembled
sit
Sabe
there.
or Handmaidens. She's in the pot. That's some of the stuff I still have to go. Like it's spread out a little bit, but yeah, that's well, like I said. I have a personal goal that I want to by the end of the year have played at least one game with every model that I own, which means it has to be painted because I only play painted. And so at least like I can just kind of talk from experience and not be making assumptions. And I've played most things. And honestly, I'd like it to be more than one game. I'd like it to be two or three, but my minimum goal is every model gets at least one game so that I have a baseline. And so if I am kind of undervaluing something where I'm like, "Oh, that's actually better than I thought it was going to be." I have that kind of that gut.
Yeah, I think that's like, especially like for the talking heads that we are having that experience of it, because it's like, I know like Aubrey and I can going back, it's like when we first looked at Kiadi Mundi on paper, we're like, I don't know. And then finally like getting like start like actually put him on the table and playing with him. It's like, oh no, he's kind of slaps. So it's like, yeah, it's sometimes you just gotta, you gotta have those reps to sit there and really see how well they are and how good they are.
Kiadi's a really interesting one because you kind of look at him on paper and you start trying to build lists with him and you're like, how do I maximize for all of these synergies? And you just realize that you can't. Like, that's just not a thing that you do. You realize that Kiadi is a character who has multiple powerful things that he can lean into, and one list is going to lean into, oh, I'm going to force push, and my other force pushers are going to get discounts on their force pushes, and then a totally other list may not care about that nearly as much, and is leaning into, I want to kill people and move Jedi, right? And you can kind of go multiple directions with him, and I think once you realize that like both routes are really good, that you don't have to be trying to maximize both at the same time. And then I think once you hit that, then you're like, oh yeah, Kiadi Mundi slaps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I actually
It's
did
also-
get a game in. Oh, good.
Oh my god, people play this game? What's going on?
Yeah, no,
What?
I actually got a game in, and I got a game in with the Purist of Christopher's. Because
Oh,
you know,
so
we're-
like the best game.
right? Yeah, it was a good game. So it was just like
Oh.
he just happened to show up because Wednesday night is our normal meetup night at the Gamers Guild. So I went up there because I am the ambassador for the store for Shatterpoint. So I'm usually up there every Saturday, and he just, or Wednesday, I should say, and he just happened to show up. He was like, yeah, just showed up to see if there was going to be a game. So he ended up playing his Kanan and Ahsoka Fulcrum list, which was pretty good, pretty good. Ahsoka Fulcrum can just go everywhere and slap everyone with a lightsaber. She's just gross. And then I was playing my
You went full Soka.
yeah, full Soka for sure. But no, I ended up playing the Mando and Cad Bane list that I've been playing around with, the bounty hunters, basically. So it's a fun list.
Tell me more. What
Yeah,
is this
so it's-
Mando
it's-
cat
it's-
list? I want to.
It's Mando, and with him is Bosk and Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
And then under CAD is IG-88 with the bounty hunters.
Okay.
So it's a fun list. There was I know I made it during our game. Like he ended up winning 2-1 in the game, and it was so close. It was one of those where it's like really just like we were holding parity, going back and forth. Like I'd score, especially in the last struggle. Like I'd score 2, he'd score 2, and it really came down to just one activation. Ahsoka had 6 health. I had a Han and Chewie activation, and I just needed both of them to get 2 successes to each do 3 damage. And on the first attack did 3 damage. The second attack only got 1 step down the tree. And it was just like Han and Chewie just let me down. I'm just like, I just need two successes. I wasn't asking for much. And they basically not being able to get that point back by taking her, wounding her, really kind of hurt. So, but it's a fun list.
Han knows how much you've been thinking about Baze and Chirrut, and so he's jealous. That's the problem. He's underperforming because he knows that you have a new favorite 5-threat support, and he's sad. Chewie understands. Chewie's your bro. He's like, dude, those guys are cool. But Hans, he's a little bitch.
Yep, and I'm almost positive it was on Han's attack. But no, it was a great game against Chris.
Man,
but it was a great game.
Can we gush about Chris for just a second? I have not gotten a chance to play against Chris. He seems like one of the best possible opponents you could ever have for a game. He just seems like he would be like such a like just chill. We're gonna have a fun game, but also like challenge you at the same time. Like we're gonna be chill, but also I'm gonna fuck you up. But you're gonna be happy about it.
Yeah, because he's so nice. You just can't you can't be angry about it. You're like, I got my teeth kicked in, and I'm okay with that right now.
Yeah. Spoilers for the main topic. I was like, well, I don't need an answer for the main topic because I just want to play another game with Chris.
We should make it so none of us can pick Chris as the perfect opponent, just so that it gets interesting. Because if we all just were like, yeah, the perfect opponent is Chris, right? Then that's just not really interesting. So we should say like, okay, besides Purist Chris, because
Fair enough.
I hope he listens to this and literally blushes to the point that he like nearly faints because there's just too much. I think he would also be like, oh my God, my people are talking about me. They're so nice. We're like, yeah, Chris, we fucking love you, bro.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. Pretty doggone awesome. But yeah, well, I guess on that segue, that's a pretty good segue to kind of kick it on over to you, since this was your idea, Omnus, of what like the main topic you wanted to talk about. So what are we going to talk about tonight?
Yeah, so this is where we say, like, I invited myself onto your show, and then I was like, let me pick the topic. No, it was... I know that you guys have a ton of work to do as well, and then you're trying to figure out what would be a topic that Omnus would want to do, and I was like, let me see if I can come up with something that'd be cool to do with the boys. And when this hit me, I had to message you guys like right away. It was like 1 a.m. I was like, I cannot forget this topic. But we're going to talk about what would be our perfect game of Shatterpoint from like every aspect. Like, where is it at? Who's watching? What are you playing? What's the mission? Like, what's your opponent got? Everything, and just kind of see, because I think there's just some funness to this that I think is also a very momentous struggle vibe, like what makes the game the best for you. But I think this also puts us kind of in touch with like what do we want to get out of our games, which is also kind of what Rarely Reserved is kind of trying to hit on. So let's start off easy. Where would your perfect game take place? Is it at a con? Is it at a house? Is it at the game store? Is it, in Mark Hamill's backyard? Where would the perfect game be? And I
not
think
a fictional location.
Yeah, not a fictional location. Has to be actually possible.
Because we know Aubrey was going to be going into the library at the temple, the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
Yes. I have to say, before Omnus came on, they gave me this entirely terrible restriction that I couldn't be like in the Jedi Temple, in the library, on Coruscant, with like, I don't know, Klingon ale, and what else did we say? I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, okay,
your
fine.
Opponent
I'll
was
keep
like
it on
Captain
Earth.
Picard, and you're drinking,
yeah. I'm making everyone angry. You know what? As a little kid, I didn't watch Star Trek for a long time because I thought you could only like one. There could only be one. You had to like Star Wars, and I'm on the Star Wars fence. And then finally, I watched Star Trek, and I was like, wait, can't I just like both? Is it this okay?
You are definitely allowed to like both as long as you like Star Wars more.
Exactly.
That's fair. Yeah. Hey, all I will say is I have a Starfleet uniform and Jedi robes in my closet. Just saying.
What rank is your Star Trek uniform?
Oh no, I'm captain. I'm next generation red, but not a red shirt. No original series.
Okay, so Todd,
I don't know if I would follow Captain Aubrey into battle.
You probably shouldn't.
No, probably shouldn't.
It's not my fault. Captain Rex is better than every Star Trek captain.
Right.
Oh, not Picard, but okay, probably most of the
Yes, even Picard, but Picard is in the conversation. Like, Todd,
So mine, I
where
think,
is
is
your
gonna,
perfect location?
mine's gonna have kind of a it's gonna have a recurring theme. I think just because of like the depth of where, like, who I would want to have the game with and everything along those lines. I think it would be kind of cool to do a game at AMG's like office where they do their playtesting. I think that would be really cool just to be at the AMG playtesters when they go in the office, because I know that they go in the office sometimes and they do playtesting days. So I think that would be a cool
You're gonna
time
pick
to just
Michael
go.
Plummer, aren't you, as for your opponent?
Nope, I am not.
Oh,
I'm not.
man. Michael Plummer is such a good dude. Oh.
He is an amazing
Okay.
dude. Yes, he was on the
I
short
haven't played
list.
Shatterpoint with him, but I've
Todd-
played CP and War Machine and fucking love Plummer.
Yeah, he's an amazing dude.
Hey, Todd, were you like hacking my notes?
No, not at all.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to audible
AMG
now.
headquarters.
All right.
So Aubrey,
Yep.
what about you? Do you need do you need a minute to think? I
I
can
definitely
start on my
wasn't going to say that, but all right, I have a backup. All right, so for those of you who have been to the new Adepticon, because it's new location, famously nearby Adepticon is 3rd Street Market with its beer wall. And you know what we didn't do? We did not actually... Well, okay, I didn't. I don't know if no one did, but we didn't play a game of Shatterpoint in that space because, frankly, it's too busy for it. But whatever. I've already decided on the spot, within walking distance of the beer wall. That's my backup plan since somebody took my other option.
It would have to be on a Wednesday before everybody starts showing up to Adepticon because it gets too crazy busy after that.
I get to wave my magic. I get to wave my magic wand, and there's a clear table, and it's already set up, and you know I already got a beer in my hand.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Boom,
Fair enough.
done.
So
With
I was
ramen.
thinking about this one, and so I don't think I would want to do it at home or like just at somebody's house. I would want something that's more social, and less private. I was trying to debate like game store versus con, and I was really kind of torn. And I think I'm deciding in the moment, maybe this is a throwback to that I kind of grew up on Wizard of the Coast Star Wars minis, and we played in a mall. And it just always pulled people into the game. There was always just like random Microsoft dudes and their kids coming through, and they were just like, there's a Star Wars miniatures game? This is so cool. And I think I miss that. And so I think I would do like a mall or a very public setting that has foot traffic where people could just like see what's going on, and we could just get an audience of people that we don't know. And so yeah, I think I'm going to go mall. Doesn't have to necessarily be a specific one, but it's got to be in kind of a nerdy city. You know, it's got to be, something where you're just going to like, the people who are coming through would be interested in Star Wars stuff. But since I was already kind of mentioning audience, why don't we talk about like what sort of experience do you want around the game? Is it being watched? Is it being streamed? Do you have a bunch of people? Do you have nobody? Todd, like what would you want? Obviously, you're at AMG headquarters.
Yeah.
So
like I said, the location kind of gives away I think the theme of it. I would like to have like the developers there. You know, Plummer, Pagani, Schick. I think that'd be kind of cool. Dallas, just because Dallas is like such a unique individual, I would love to have him there. So some of like, the cool staffers that are there at AMG, and probably like, the boys though, like the podcaster boys and the AMG developers, like all kind of there, like hanging out, playing a game, like watching a game getting played, I think would be like kind of cool.
that would be cool. Aubrey, what about you? Do you have audience? Do you not have audience?
Oh no, we have an audience. Come on, no, there's people watching. So again,
Aubrey
3rd
needs
Street
his
Market.
fans, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
My
so,
peoples
in
need to be around me.
Yeah. So in my Magic Christmas land, there's like
The
a
panda's
Star
gotta
Wars
collect
con. Yeah, that thing. Oh my god, it's been moving and I haven't touched it since it came in the house.
It's like an elf on the shelf, except it's a panda.
Yeah, Elf on the Shelf, but Chucky edition. Anyway, yeah, no, in my Magic Happy Christmas Land, there's like a Star Wars con also happening at the same time as like a tabletop con. And so you have just like a ton of like Star Wars fans and tabletop fans. And we've like bought out Third Street Market now because I'm audibling, and like it's full of like a bunch of all of the nerdiest people, like all the way down, all the way down.
Nice.
So like the 501st cosplay group is there?
Yeah, yes, and like the Mando Mercs and I don't know, all Star Wars fans all the way down. But and Shatterpoint, you know, everybody. No pressure.
Yeah, I think I'm there with you. So there is a balance to the audience, because like I kind of want the jovialness, but like sometimes you're at a game store and you just can't get through a game. Like my co-host Sin and I are both the most. We decided not to use social butterfly anymore. We are social Pegasi. She likes horses. So we're social Pegasus. But sometimes we can't fucking get through a game in Mox because we both know so many people. And I don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to be like we can't get through a turn without being interrupted by people who want to say hi. I love all the people, but just sometimes you're just like not getting through a game. And I was really thankful when I did demos for her. We did them like off site. And so that we could just like
incognito
focus, mode. Yeah. Like just focus on the learning. And, but I do want the audience. I want a degree of like, I think the like laughter in the background and the like, oh, like, you know, all of a sudden Aubrey takes back, you know, 3 objectives and swings it, you know, from 4 points to 4 points, you know, that kind of like just emotional reaction and stuff would be super cool. But it also just can't cross the threshold and where you're like just being interrupted constantly. So maybe it just has to be streamed, right? So there's also like a big screen showing it off to other people nearby who are like, oh my God, look at this Star Wars minis game. That's cool as fuck. So yeah, I think
so roped off in a mall where you're being streamed on the like throughout the entire food court. That's what I'm kind of seeing here.
Yes, that sounds great. As long as I can also have beer in this food court, then we're in.
You're in the roped off area where it's allowed. Yeah, of course.
I don't need like a bunch of celebrities like Pagani and Plumber. They could be there, but that's not required. I just want general people, and I definitely want Purist Chris. He has to be there somewhere nearby, and Kevin Caldwell 100%, and Sarah Cool. They have to be there. And then there's a lot of people to be high on my list, like Aubrey and Todd. I would prefer if you guys could just be like somewhere in the vicinity so I could like feel the vibes.
Wouldn't we be streaming it for you though?
Yes, yes, you guys streaming. Well, Aubrey should be over by me hanging out. You should be streaming, and then Jake is your rules guy.
Yes.
Am I remembering the name right?
Yeah,
I
could be
streaming.
eyes in the sky.
Yeah, yep. Aubrey's like checking in for game, and also like, Omnus, you need another beer? I got you. You know, I know Aubrey would take care of me. So
there you go.
But well, so on that note, like, what are we talking beverage wise and like intake? What sort of, are you totally sober for the game? Are you drinking heavily? What's perfect for this game, Todd?
All right, so it's after hours at AMG.
Yeah.
So this is what it's like. It's like Friday night. They're like, oh, you know, we're just gonna stay late and have a couple drinks while we play a little bit of Shatterpoint. That's the vibe that I'm setting here. It's like, you know, we've had a long week, done some work, we're hanging out, and we're just gonna sit there and have a couple of drinks and just like kick back, relax, have a not a competitively casual game. We'll kick it back a couple.
Competitively casual game. Okay.
Yep.
But so there's a little bit of beverages. So there's some light intake going on after
light
hours.
Intake.
Okay.
Not getting sloppy, just a little bit of, you know, break, like relaxing from the week.
Unlike Aubrey, who's totally fucked up at this point in the
completely trashed.
Been
switching from vodka to whiskey to beer, just like intermixing all of them together and not knowing where he is.
No. We're not doing that again, Todd.
No, we're not.
No. Mine would be definitely drinks, but but still capable of playing because I need to be capable of playing.
Wait, you were capable of playing before the drinks? I mean, I've heard rumors that you can't even deploy commandos at range 3. So
dang it, Omnus, that's where I was going. I was like, range 3 is hard.
yeah. That's why
you barely even
you
use that
can.
tool.
It's range 3.
Not my beer
can. He doesn't have the right beer can.
That's why you gotta stick to just a classic. You know, you can't.
I think he's got the range 4 beer can.
Actually, is fucking range 3. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
it probably is. Like,
oh no, it's way short.
Way short. So maybe Aubrey does have the range 3
actually, yours might be really close.
Dang it, where's the range tool?
This is what you come for with Omnus and Momentous Struggle, is to find out what size beer cans are the appropriate range tools.
Exactly, and Aubrey just completely ran off camera to figure it out, too. That's the best part about it. He's like, I gotta find it out now.
I don't have a tall
I'm
boy
right
can
here, I just bent over.
Yeah.
I have the range 3 beer right here. Boom.
Are the tall boys like perfectly range 3?
Look
at
that.
That does look pretty close.
Yeah. There you go. For those of you not on YouTube, the tall boy is in fact just about range 3. So, boom, winning.
I am totally going to check range with a tall boy can at some point. 100%. There is no way this is not happening now. Oh, man, that's great. Okay, so Aubrey, did you answer the question? Where are you at beverage? Absorption.
No. I mean, I've had a couple of beers, cocaine, but I want to still be able to play the game. No,
maybe some shrooms.
Yeah.
No, just enough that I'm feeling loosey-goosey and happy, but not enough that I'm, saying pew 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 and speaking in actual Mando language, and Todd's like trying to get me off of the floor. No, just a couple.
Okay. Well, I think I'm 2 beers in so that I can still be comfortably sipping on one, but like enjoying the moment as I think about where I'm at. Okay, so what mission would you want to play? Do you have a preference? Does it matter? Are all the missions good? What would be for your perfect game, Todd?
I am not a fan for a casual like that, for the kind of the game vibe that I'm going for. Odds is just not it. So I'm thinking it's probably just, I'm loving shifting right now as really I think what it is. Like shifting is it's come kind of full circle, like to where it's like just that mission that's just a fun way to mission to go with. So I think that's where I'm at with this one is shifting right now.
Okay. Aubrey, what about you?
Oh no, I'm the opposite. I'm all in on Never Tell Me the Odds right now. I'm enjoying it. I have just decided to instead of avoiding it, I'm just embracing the chaos and leaning in and just going for it. Never tell all the way.
He's finally figured out how to deploy at range 3 is really what it came down to, and now he's like all in on it.
It took a few tries. Yeah. It's hard. You don't usually touch the range 3 tool. What is it even for?
For the flamethrowers, man. It's all about
it's for Chopper's range attack. What are you talking about, bro? Okay, so for me, it's gonna be First Contact, because I think for like the ultimate game, like I think the extra layers of First Contact would be super fun for the kind of perfect game, because I'm not imagining that there's like a hard time limit on this game that we could go a little bit over. And so I would do First Contact, because I think the Shatterpoint dynamics are like so fun when you're like, oh my god, if I pull Shatterpoint, they're going to get to dash this guy back on that point, and that'd be so bad for me. I want that kind of stuff in the game. I love that the Shatterpoint triggers stuff for both players, so I would go First Contact. But so let's talk about what would you be playing, Todd? What would your team be in this like hypothetical situation? Is it flexible at all, or does it have to be like your specific favorite team?
it can be flexible. I mean, it just as long as it's something that I'm enjoying playing. Like I said, and right now, like the thing is, right now, what I'm really enjoying playing is absolutely like a version of the Scoundrels list where it's Mando and Cad. I'm just having a lot of fun playing that list right now. So I think I would be playing some version of that Scoundrels list just because it's like, yeah, let me spend an extra force, add some dice, and sit there and see if it pays off. The gambling aspect of it is like, okay, I'm gonna pay a force, I'm gonna add some dice, and maybe I'm gonna lose the momentum, maybe I'm not, but let's see if I get down the tree on this dice roll. And I'm really having fun just like with that. It is a gamble, and it's kind of fun. So I'm enjoying like the IG-88, something with an IG-88 in it. Like I just want to play assassin droids. Is really what, but that's me.
IG-88 is so good.
He's so much fun.
Aubrey, what about you? What are you playing?
Okay, so I have been trying to build a full Republic Premier, or not Republic, Rebels, too many R's, Rebels Premier list, and that's not really what I'm thinking. I want to have like maximum fun with this, and so what I would love to do is still Rebels, but Ahsoka Fulcrum and Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight, because I just want to have a good time, have fun with this. I'd bring Ezra and Sabine to maximize the like Padawan-y kind of feel for it. And then you got Lando and Bartu because you have to have them. And then, yeah, Rebel Commandos just to round it out. I want to bring Chopper. But it's not really a Kanan Spectre list. So we're just going to bring some Rebel Commandos to round out the list to make it. Because, again, I'm on Never Tell. I can't leave the Rebel Commandos at home. I promise, Sheev, I will deploy at range 3. It will be fine. It will work out. It's going to be okay.
You're going to be holding the tall boy. You're going to have the marker right there in your hand.
Yep. This is the drink in my hand right here. This thing, that's going to be my reminder to deploy at range 3.
Oh,
every convention now, Aubrey's going to have that can with him. That's going to be. It's like we're just going to have a tall boy every.
You need a
now.
Momentous Struggle beer can, is what you need.
That's what we do. That is true.
Brew your own.
Got to get that merch going.
Yeah.
Yeah. The homebrew kit for a Momentous Struggle. There you go.
Yeah. Moonshine tall boy Momentous Struggle.
Aubrey's
he went straight to the hard stuff. He's like, no, we're doing moonshine.
He's straight like, I'm gonna kill Omnus with this. Okay, so for me, I would love for it to be Mandos. I would love for my answer to be like, I'm just gonna play Mando armor, because they're kind of a go-to that I could enjoy at pretty much any moment. But I've also chosen First Contact. And Mando armor does not have a lot of extra force to be playing with. So I think in this moment, I'm going to go with my Anakin and Cad list. Where if I'm going to have maximum fun, I want to be spending 12 force per shuffle. Because if this is going to be maximum fun, we're going to be like Anakin and Cad generating force all over the place. And I'm just using every ability because that's so much fun. And if you have not experienced the hype of Anakin and Cad Bane with Shaak Ti, and you're just like, I'm killing stuff, I'm getting so much force. My first time playing this list, I legit spent 12 force in my first shuffle, and it was amazing. So yeah, I think I would play the Anakin Cad list because it's also like very weirdly like not super lore-y, and so also if I annoy someone, they're like, Anakin wouldn't hang out with Cad Bane. I was like, you're making my experience better. Thank you for being a dick.
Yeah, Aubrey would probably lose his mind. He's already pointing at himself like, yes, I don't like that at all. You never know.
Like that, Aubrey?
It could happen.
I mean, I will allow it for rule of cool, but when did Anakin and Cad ever team up? Ever?
When
well,
they
in
didn't
my,
as long as it's not Darth
anymore.
Vader.
Yeah. In my list lore, Anakin takes over the whole Republic. and Cad Bane hasn't died yet, and so they have to continue training troops and stuff. So they're going to hire Cad Bane at some point.
Okay, now I'm in. Never mind.
Okay.
Objections retracted.
Exception overruled. Okay. What would your opponent be playing, or is there anything that they wouldn't be playing? Todd, like what would help make the game the most perfect for you? Could it be anything?
It could be anything, but I actually enjoy the puzzle of playing the bounty hunters into a revenge list because it's such a killy list, and having to work around that. Like, because like I said, playing against Chris, so he was playing a Kanan revenge list, and there was like having to think about how my actions would potentially trigger his actions and things along those lines. So a Kanan, a PLC, something along those lines would probably be, a fun. Like for me, the challenge of playing into that list would be fun.
Okay. Aubrey, does the opponent's list matter at all in the case of yours? I will be honest, I totally forgot what you're playing already.
Luke and Ahsoka.
Oh,
Come
yes,
on,
that's why I forgot. I was blocking it out.
Sabine, Ezra. Okay, all right. Anyway, all right. Okay, the Rebel. So, I mean, it'd have to be an Empire list. I would accept just
lore.
about. Yeah. No, I would accept just about any Empire list. My preference would be because the Inquisitorius are basically defunct by the time of. A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Obviously, we don't see them interact with Luke, but I would love to have a face-off against the Inquisitorius because, like, I just think it would be cool with Ahsoka and Luke and the whole Force user dynamic, and, like, some version of an Inquisitorius I think would be fun. Just if I had to pick. But any Empire. I'd be happy with basically any Empire.
Okay, so let's lore derail for just a second here. Because Luke is fully Luke mode at the point of the Ahsoka show, and was it Maruk? Who was the kind of Inquisitorius?
Marek or
Yeah,
I don't remember his name.
I don't know what his
Something
exact
like
background is. I didn't go look it up, but that seemed like he looked very Inquisitorius adjacent, and so maybe there's still some remnants or something. We don't know when Reva dies. There's all sorts of stuff that could be in there. So there could still be, sprinklings, little icing on the Sith cake,
There was still people looking for Thrawn, so there's still probably, Balin's skull is still a thing. So, there's people that were embracing the other side of the Jedi,
By the way, when that model comes out, this is becoming Balin Point. This is no longer Shatterpoint. This is Skull Point, is what I'm saying.
Did you see the pictures of the sculpts at Gen Con?
Yeah, I immediately went into my bunk.
It's so good. Oh, Balin. Okay, can we all just agree that the beard alone makes him the best Star Wars character?
Why do you think all of my Jedi have his beard now? My Obi has his graying beard, and I've gotten really good at painting the white to gray beards. I'm just preparing for the eventual Balin hobby experience.
Oh, I thought you were preparing for when you started to go gray like this guy right here. That's what
Yeah.
I have the good model to base it off of. Is that my thing? So I was like, I can just work on that.
That's happening to my sideburns already. My sideburns are not just red anymore, and I'm like, what's happening?
I have a couple hairs in here that are just like, hey, are you ready for Doctor Strange yet? But yeah, no, man. Stevenson made the gray beard look good. That did. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see when he gets replaced in that series too, since they're going to keep his character going with a new actor. Yeah. On a completely different tangent.
So I think it's my turn to talk about what my opponent will be playing.
It is.
I'll be honest. I think it could be just about anything but Obi. Obi is probably the one character in the game that I find that I enjoy the game a little bit less against. I don't like the stuff that's kind of all in, all out, and you're like, oh, I've got to kill you to get you off this point, and then one of the things I love about Shatterpoint is how much most activations are just like, oh, I'm going to get you off this point, I'm going to score, but maybe you don't kill you, and you're kind of going a lot of ins and outs things. And Obi can just really backfire on you when the dice do go cold for a little bit, and so I tend to enjoy those games a little less. And I've also just had some really stressful games against Obi. So I think it would just not be against Obi. Since I'm playing a very killy list, though, I would like at least one revenge trigger in it. I don't think I necessarily want it to be like double revenge, but I want them to be playing something that makes me have to go like I can't just kill willy-nilly. Like I've got to make good decisions about when I do it. So, whether it's a Cassian list or it's Mando's and it's got Mando and Armorer, or, it's like Kanan Hera, it's got to have some layer to it that makes when I kill complicating, since I am playing like actually fairly killy list in this particular example.
Yeah, I do like playing a killy list into a revenge list, just because like that extra layer of like thought that you have to have of like, is this really the attack I want to make? Is this how far I want to go down the tree? It does definitely add a little bit of complexity to the game that's like really kind of fun.
Yeah, no, until you play against Cassie and Kanan, and you're like, wow, this is so much. Kanan could jump somewhere, shoot someone, move back. He could move, jump, shoot someone. There's too many options because Kanan can shoot whoever the fuck he wants. Like, that might be too much, but most anything short of that. Aubrey, what were you going to say, my dude?
Oh, no, that reminded me of, because we didn't talk about it much on last week's cast, but it reminded me of one of my games in the tournament we played. And yeah, it was like revenge v. revenge. And so we were both like, okay, when is the optimum time to pull the trigger and actually wound someone? And yeah, there's a lot of fun of being like, okay, do I wound you now? Do I wait? Where's Kanan? Where is he right now? Where's Cassian? What can he do?
You can't always just get Bosk explosives killing the 1 health Kanan and 1 health Sabine at the same time for no revenge triggers. That's a drug that you chase for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it was an LVO moment to remember.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the opponent then. Who are you playing against? Is it just kind of opponent? Is it someone specific? Who are you playing against, Todd?
Since
Todd has to go
drinks
first.
are involved, and I'm playing at AMG, I have to go Pagani. I have to go Pagani. Yeah,
So
I have
you're
to
ready
go
to
Pagani.
lose. I got it.
Yeah, I'm ready to lose. He's going to play revenge and probably kick my teeth in. I'm okay with that. But we're having drinks and enjoying it, and that's why I have to go Pagani.
He also probably brought barbecue. Let's be honest. So you're probably
yes.
drunk on,
Yes.
Brisket or something as well. And so you're barely like he's lured you into submission already.
Exactly. But I'm happy. My stomach's full.
Yeah.
I got a good buzz going, and I'm rolling dice. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Aubrey? Who would you be playing against?
So I was kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting the Pagani. So, all right. So
Really? That surprised you? Have you met Todd before?
No, I didn't.
He
know
hasn't
that-
really
played
interacted
with
with
a beard
Pagani
pro.
much.
He had
hasn't
a few
interacted with
options.
Pagani much.
He had a few options for this. All right, so I'm going to cheat a little because I still believe, and I am going to get on my soapbox for a minute here with my hat and everything. I think Shatterpoint is a great multiplayer game. And so I actually would want to have a 2v2 battle where you are together.
Nice.
And I would like to have Plumber and Kemp versus me. And honestly, I will take anyone who is willing to jump into this insanity because I think it would be like
Aubrey,
the
I will
most
join
technical
you in
game.
this.
Yeah, like I will take like does Matt Booker want to be in? Sure. Does who like I'll like there's a list like 20 people high. I would happily take anybody as my partner to just get to play against like Dallas Kemp and Michael Plummer like in a 2v2 battle. and so like that's why I wanted to be at the AMG headquarters, Todd, whatever, because we would be derailed. Like my hope is, like you were talking about, like you and Sin like not being able to get through a turn because everybody's talking to you. No, I want to lean into this is going to be like the longest Shatterpoint game of anyone's life, because Kemp is going to start talking about like the hobbying and the painting, and then like
Well, Dallas
Plumber's
is going to
gonna
show
start
up with
talking
like custom models. Like he's
Right.
going to have Vader like standing up on this giant balcony that's, and you're just going to derail to talk about like, oh yeah, of course I had this totally custom, Vader for this particular setup, and yeah, he has this whole piece of terrain that's just like the Emperor, and it's just you're just gonna be blown away. It's all painted gorgeously, and it's just gonna blow your mind.
And then the coup de grace or whatever, because I would want it streamed as well, because we kind of glossed over that. But I would want I would want Simone
Matt
to be the one.
or,
No. I would want Simone being the one doing like either commentary or Eyes in the Sky, so she could be like, "What are the four of you doing? Like, none of this makes
Just
sense."
that look that
Like,
she'll give you, because she's like, "What is wrong with you people?" The Simone, "What is wrong with you people?" look. Yeah,
yeah, yes. The look she gives when people start yelling at Adepticon in the middle of the reveal. Like, I want her to be like the one who's like keeping us like, hey, you flipped your card like
she's
5
the head
minutes
judge
ago,
at
and you
ringside.
yeah.
yeah. Like you flipped your Shatterpoint card like 5 minutes ago, and you've been drinking your tall boy. Like, can you take a game action now? Like, come on.
I feel like you should be playing against Plumber and Simone, and then Dallas should be judging the game.
Yes.
Just, and you have to abide by whatever Dallas says.
You know what? I'll
I
take
like
that
that
too.
even
Like
better.
any of like that trio. And this was tough, mind you, because I feel like Schick would also be fun. Like, I don't know if like maybe he's doing commentary. Like, I just want like the whole crew, like, just be like, or maybe he's in the audience and he's
Schick
just
and
like, what are
Pagani
you doing?
on commentary.
I still hold. I want the Todd and Jake commentary. I think you guys together provide like the Todd color commentary with Jake trying to like keep people informed. Like, it is such a perfect balance. Like, I just like let Todd be Todd and like give me everything I love about Todd, but then I also get to know what's going on in the game. Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah,
I would want you guys.
well.
Yeah.
It works well with the two of us for sure.
Okay, so for funsies' sake, there was one that I was considering that I think is worth mentioning, that I kind of wanted to shout out playing a game against Sam Whitner, because I know that he assembles Shatterpoint models, but I don't know if he's ever played. And so I do think there would be a really fun aspect of like because for listeners, if you don't know this, like, it was brought up on an interview with Katie Sackhoff, and she was telling the story of when Sam texted her and was like, "Hey, I'm assembling your model, helmet or no helmet." And she was like, "Helmet for sure." And he was surprised that she gave that vote. But
I didn't know that detail.
oh yeah, no, he definitely has assembled Shatterpoint models and paints Shatterpoint models. He is a
No, I knew that, but
yeah.
the Katie Sackhoff part, I didn't know that
Yeah.
part.
Like, how cool is it, like, to message Katie, like, "Hey, I'm assembling your Shatterpoint model." Like,
Right.
I don't think he said Shatterpoint, but he's, assembling the model. And so that's super cool. And I think there would be a fun element of that. Like, he's someone in that part of the community that is already, like, at least a step in. But my gut is that he maybe hasn't played or has played very little. And I think my perfect game is not a teaching game. Like, as much as I do enjoy teaching and bringing in people to the community, if I just want purely a game for my enjoyment, as much as I would probably enjoy playing against Sam, I think my perfect game would have to be someone who's kind of like knows their team. And so I think I'm gonna go with Kevin Caldwell, even though he and I have never played. I think Sith Emperor Kevin and I, with having like never played a game with him, I feel like we would both embrace like, hey, we're gonna play a really good game, but we're also a little here to entertain. You know, like we're being streamed. There's people watching. Let's have some fucking fun with this. I think if Kevin wasn't available and like, you know, I don't know, he was too drunk to play or something, I would also take my co-host Sin. I think though people have not experienced what a Sin and Omnus game is like and how much shit is given and the jokes and stuff that are made. I think people would find us very entertaining. So it would be, I think it would be Kevin or Sin would be great. But Sam, if you were listening to this, dude, you were probably my third choice. So you were pretty far up there. I just, you know, respect.
Dude, if Sam Whitmer's listening
I'm wearing
to this,
your shirt.
If Sam Whitmer is listening to this, I think I'd actually probably poop myself. But yeah, that would be.
Yep. Nope. No notes. I understand why.
Yeah.
That's an excellent choice.
It is.
But
no,
right,
I like it.
Yeah. Any like wrap up thoughts, like something that didn't quite fit in that was like important to what the game would be like? Like obviously I want fully painted. I want fully painted terrain. I want fully painted models. Aubrey, what else are you adding in?
Yeah, he's got something.
Okay. Yeah. So Tyson from LVO, obviously an amazing painter, but also he builds these phenomenal tables. Like he did the Camino table, like the double table that we had, but also not for Shatterpoint but for War Machine, like they had a whole setup of like lights and like I mean you had to power.
So we're all
this
playing
table.
on a LVO Tyson built Mustafar table. We all have that table.
with glowing lava,
light up lava
and like yes. So like done. Like those tables,
either that
I hope,
or a Naboo. I think he could do a
somewhere.
really cool Naboo table, like if like with like the water effects and something like that. Like I think he could do like something like out of this world if you gave him the time to do it. Like a Tyson Naboo table would be freaking. I think I can picture it in my mind. I think it'd be pretty sick.
Man, if we
with
weren't doing
Gungans in the
Mustafar-
corner.
No, fuck the Gungans.
With the little blue gooey balls.
Man, there's a lot of cool worlds out there.
No Tatooine. I'm sorry, no Tatooine.
No, it would definitely not. Like, no, there's none of our perfect games are on Tatooine. Period. But I think it would also. These are also dark. I know it would be cool if they were bright and vibrant, but I would also take a Malachor table.
Ooh.
I can see that.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? Okay. I got another one that's a little more vibrant. Felucia, where the Twi'lek
I definitely
Jedi.
want the Felucian Rancor somewhere in the terrain, though, would be the thing. Because the Felucians rode Rancors. This is part of...
Yeah.
I do have a little bit of lore knowledge on this one. The Felucians rode Rancors, so...
That's a good one. But like that would be very vibrant and colorful. I'd be down for that. But bottom line, I would want like glowing effects and maybe like a little bit of movement. Like maybe not like on the table, but maybe there's something like moving or like around the table. Like
he has that one table that has the gears that move underneath that Warhammer or War Machine table that with the gears that like are constantly spinning.
What about like Gorman City?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like during like the Andor like shit's going down, sort of.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I like some dense tables. I'm game.
Yeah. All right, well, Todd, I'm going to turn it back over to you. You let me take over for the main topic, but
I mean, well, that was kind of the thing was like an Omnus takes over the world type of an episode. I was pretty excited about that. So it's like, I can let you kind of run the show for a week,
Give
and
you
I
a
just
little
have
break.
to edit
You're
on
doing
the
such
post.
good work.
Yeah.
So
I try. I have my moments. I'll say that. Moments of brilliance, but they're fleeting. But no, I mean, I appreciate you coming on, man. It was a great episode. I like talking about it. I will say, like, one of the things, like, thinking about this episode was like it brought me back to like the first GT that I ran, and Plumber and Ross came out and to like visit the
two of the
store and stuff like
coolest
that,
guys.
right? And just out of the blue, I'm like, okay, well, we're at an odd number. I went up to Plumber. I'm like, hey, man, how do you feel about just playing the buy? And he's like, yeah. And he played the buy for all of the Swiss for every buy round. Like, everybody wanted the buy just so they could play against Plumber, man. It was like, and that was one of the coolest things. Like, so, like, thinking about like that dream game, like for a lot of people, it's like, dude, I got to play a game against the lead designer at a GT for the game that I'm playing at this GT for. So it's like, there's that. So like 5 people got that experience, like at the GT, and like they were like so excited to like.
Charming Leia and Hera, right? Was what he was playing at that
so.
one.
Yeah,
That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
That
too.
sounds
I would
right.
love that's such a cool list, and
Right.
oh, so good.
Yeah, but it was like that came to my mind a lot. It was like just like how cool the people that make this game are. That they're like, yeah, I'll show up to a GT. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play like 5 games for an entire day against like just random players at this like event for funsies. It was really just too cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I don't know any like moments like that you can think of where like people just had like a great experience playing a game. Like maybe they like.
Aubrey, was there any like games in particular that maybe kind of inspired this? Like, like that game against Omnus, at LVO, obviously lives in your memory.
Hanging out in a condo, like
Yeah,
great
I mean
pizza.
that is actually what I was gonna bring up because that was super fun. Like we were just hanging out, or having a good time. I got to bully you with my Clan Crease Mandalorians in my
Speaking
Rebels
of too many
list,
people interrupting
like...
a game, so it takes forever.
yeah. Every time we thought we were done, we start talking about something, and we're like, "Oh yeah, we're supposed to be playing like that." So, I know it takes longer to finish a game, but when people come up to you in the game store and they want to talk to you, they're like, "What is this? Like the terrain?" I still. Forever, now that I've played other tabletop games, I love the Shatterpoint terrain because people come over and they're like, "What are you doing? What is this?" Because they're used to seeing like and I'm not trying to like rag on the other terrain, but the terrain is kind of like just very much like I'm gonna duck under this terrain in other
the best
game
part of
systems and go
Shatterpoint.
shoot.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually part of the game in a completely unique way compared to other games.
I have more people come by the table in Mox because of the terrain than because of Star Wars. People see the terrain and are like, what is going on? I have to learn something about this. I cannot leave the store without at least looking at it closer. And it's the terrain that does that. And then they're like, oh, it's Star Wars too. And that blows my mind because my first miniatures game was a Star Wars game. And the fact it was Star Wars was what pulled people in.
Yeah.
But the fact that this terrain is actually more of a draw than the fact it's Star Wars says something about what AMG has done. And I think that's special.
Absolutely. All right. Well, yeah, I guess we can kind of wrap things up here. As always, I like to thank everybody. But before we do that, Omnus, let's tell everybody about where they can find you. I mean, you got a new show. You're doing all sorts of stuff. So what will it where are people going to find your podcast and you and everything like that?
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate it. I highly recommend coming and checking out the new show is Rarely Reserved. Sin is a local of mine. She's a little on the newer side for the game. She's played a lot of war games so far already, but we're trying to do a kind of like veteran plus newer player experience to try to like hit both angles, emphasize on, just sharing the hype, sharing the excitement, sharing the what makes you want to play games more, and that's also what was really trying to bring to this episode. And if you like the kind of energy that you're hearing here. I think what Sin and I kind of project on the show is similar, and I think you'd really enjoy that. So just rarely reserved, no special characters, or they're special characters, but that's the hosts.
Two very special characters as far as I'm concerned.
Aww. But, it's already up on Spotify, iTunes. We've got a free episode on Patreon already for people as well. I think we're about to record our first bonus episode, but kind of a similar vibe where we start every show kind of just going hey, what's a character in Star Wars we want to talk about? It's our who's on your puck. To kind of start things off, warm us up, then get into what have we been playing, what have we been painting. Both she and I like to play fully painted, and so that's also something that comes out on the cast, is that we want to do some hobbying, and I think for her it's a little more playing a game is an excuse to show off all the cool hobby stuff that I'm doing, and she gets really into it, and where I'm player first, but I want to play fully painted because it enhances my experience. And then we try to come up with topics, and really definitely want to lean into the what I've been thinking a lot lately about. If we think back to my first episode with you guys, was kind of talking about not what kind of stuff steals your hype, and what kind of decisions can you make, especially as a podcaster and fellow member of communities and such, to not steal someone else's hype. And so we really want to lean into stuff that's hey, be hyped to try stuff. Let's not discount something until we've tried it or experienced it, and nobody's played every list 100 times, so let's lean into figuring stuff out, and super excited about it and loving what we're doing. So yeah, just find us on all of your normal podcast platforms, or if you're hey, I can't find it, or I just need the RSS feed, you poke me. Omnus, you can find me. I'm in pretty much all of the Discords. Just shoot me a message. I don't have my messages privated. As long as we're in a Discord together, you can shoot me a message. I'll share you the RSS feed. And looking forward, we got a couple of audio things that we're working on to try to get the show sounding as clean as I would like it to sound. And once we get all that stuff figured out, I want to start poking you guys, poke Accuser, and get guests and stuff on too, because I think you guys would just have a fucking blast with us. And if I don't invite Aubrey on the show soon, Sin's gonna fucking kill me. So,
hey, it sounds like we need to go up to Pacific Northwest and have some games like that.
Oh yeah,
happen.
You should. Well, I mean,
I know
you're all gonna meet at LVO, and Aubrey, Todd and I had obviously already broed out, so I already felt good with Todd, and Todd, our cigar break Sunday night is a thing that I just look forward to now. But Aubrey, I feel by the end of LVO, I was I feel I've known this guy for 10 years. This is just my little brother. I fucking love
he dumps everything on you really fast.
Yeah.
Is really kind of what it is. Yeah.
That's fair. No,
you just,
no notes.
You are
that's
you,
true.
And I think that's a thing that's kind of hard to enjoy at times.
He is hard to enjoy sometimes. Yes.
Well, I think it's something that you don't get it very often. So I think in some cases it can be very off-putting to some people, but for me it was just experiencing someone that's hey, this is just who I am. I'm just going to be who I am all the time. I was this is so refreshing. This is just so welcome that I was just I need more. I need more of this Aubrey character in my life for sure.
And more pandas.
No, and
more pandas.
No, not your fucking panda. That creepy little doll thing. No, that's a horror movie in the making. I want
that's coming to LVO.
What's
once we discovered that was just a Happy Meal
what's
toy,
black and white
oh my
and
God.
red all over? Your creepy ass fucking panda doll.
Yep. It's as creepy as apparently I didn't know.
But definitely, I love the vibe on your podcast.
Thank you.
Totally into it. If people haven't checked it out, they definitely
Agreed.
need to, because it is fantastic. I like the vibe. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff out there. Like Ray's podcast, the Portland guy, the Portland community.
I just started listening. I was I listened to their last episode. I was did they make this podcast literally for me? because this is just broing out,
It was great.
talking about games that they played, and not a bunch of hypotheticals and stuff. I was like, this is like a podcast designed for me. Like I think it's their 10th episode. I was like, this is one of my favorite Shatterpoint podcasts, period.
Yeah. Between Two Sprues, definitely worth checking out. I love Poos. He's like, as soon as I met him at LVO, I'm just like, I am totally down with this dude. Like, I just want to hang out with him. And he's actually coming down for our GT here next month. Like, in
I'm
like
jealous.
about
that
a
would
month.
be so much fun.
Poos. Like I said, I'm like hyped because Poos is coming down, Caldwell's coming down, Sarah Cruel's coming down. So it's gonna be a like just, and we're gonna have a Friday night hang. So it's gonna be a fun time.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
so
a little jealous, but I'll see if I can. I see if I can hit your guys' area in 2026. I would really, really like.
I'm hoping you can. But you know what? You are getting Christopher. He's coming up to see you.
Oh,
he's coming up for your GT.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
So the purist will be there to sit there and hang out. He's excited to go up there. I was just like that. We were talking about that on Wednesday. So yeah, Aubrey, do you have anything to close out? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, I think it's so cool that Sin gets to do her first GT at the one that was my first GT a year earlier. But she's gonna get one with Kenny and Scott and Sarah Cruel and Chris, and like, it's just gonna be so cool. And I'm very excited when we get to do the episode where she gets to talk about her first GT experience, because I'm gonna be doing the nostalgia of my first GT at the same time of her experiencing her first GT, and like what kind of episode that's gonna be like. And now I'm judging it, and so yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I'm so happy we got such a cool group coming up, and I think we're gonna do a Mox hang that Saturday.
Nice. And it's such a great community. Like, that's like, I think one of the things that I love about just like where our Shatterpoint community is like the players that do go around from events to events are just so awesome to hang with. So definitely, like, that's
Donovan's gonna
awesome.
crush someone's dreams. I don't know who it's gonna be, but there's gonna be someone. I don't know if it's gonna be Chris or if it's gonna be Kenny or if it's gonna be Qui-Gon Din, or one of these guys is gonna get their dreams crushed by Donovan, and they're gonna be like, fuck, this kid's like 14. He fucked my shit up.
Hey, Donovan is also, like, forget the Shatterpoint side. I know that's, like, important to most of you listeners, but dear listeners, no, Donovan also has, like, a strong command of the lore. Like, I will jump into a conversation and he'll be like, well, actually, and I'm like, oh, all right, like, let's put our nerd hats on. All right, friend. Like,
Listeners, if you are not watching this on YouTube, Aubrey literally put on his nerd hat while he was saying, let's put on our nerd hats. It was, oh my God, it was just like, it was like a GIF. It was like, let's put on our nerd hats as like the Jedi Knight hat slides down his forehead.
This is the content people come here for, Omnus. This is it.
That's why, like,
well, let's close this out. Oh.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. You had to what?
No, I
got to hear it.
Saying, like, I had to put it into words for the people who are not watching. That was just too perfect of a moment. But I'll sorry for stopping you from closing out your own show. Fucking wild on this.
Yeah, well, you had to show up eventually. But no, like, just to close everything out, as always, I want to thank all of our listeners. You guys are fantastic. If you want to support the podcast, you can always do so by checking out us on Patreon and giving us a Patreon if you want to. If not, the best way to do so is just to sit there and give us a like, subscribe, or rate the podcast on whatever podcast platform you are listening to us on. Other than that, as always, I want to thank everyone for listening to us. And the most ominous thing you can do is crash somebody's podcast and just come up with a topic.
Hell yeah.
May the force be with you.